Hi friends, welcome back to the channel. I'm gonna dive straight in with this craft, this fountain. It is a little bit of work, not all that difficult, but there are a few steps involved, so let's get cracking. Alright, so look at this, very cool. Now I'm gonna start by creating a block that is 5 centimeters by 5 centimeters for the pedestal, but you can use a cardboard box or whatever you have. I have to use 2 XPS pieces of 5 centimeters in height, 3 centimeters in width, and 2 others that are 5 centimeters by 5 centimeters to create my block. Now I printed an octagon that is 17 centimeter by 17 centimeter, and this I will glue to the bottom of our foam board bases that we made in video 1. And I'm just going to use a simple glue stick for this. Stick that down on the bottom of this thing. Now next I'm going to hot glue the walls of my pedestal. Just stick them together. Or, like I said, if you have a 5 centimeter little box, you can use foam board or whatever you want. And I apologize for my dog barking on the background. Now, I pre-cut a ton of foam bricks on my Proxon, but in a future video, I will show you how you can get the same result with just a knife and foam board. Now, I'm going to begin by hot glue the bottom row of the bricks. Just do the bottom row first. This will add more stability, and they don't have to be straight. I mean, it is Mordheim, so it doesn't need to be neat and perfect. And you can trim off the edges later. Now, the second row and all the rows on top of that, I'm gonna start by laying these in with simply using tacky glue. And it is a bit of a process, but it actually goes rather quickly, more quicker than I expected it to be, honestly. Alright, so let's continue to do that, and then we end up with something that looks like this. And I know some bricks are crooked, but that's actually what I was going for. So it is Mordheim, and it is a destroyed city. Now next, cut out the octagon. Make sure your knife is sharp, and this will be for the bottom of the fountain. Now I retraced this again on the foam board pavement sheet that we made, but make sure you leave 2 centimeters on each side that is bigger. I mean, just expand it for 2 centimeters on each side. And this strip I have here is exactly 2 centimeters, so that makes it easy. Again, it's not a difficult craft, just a lot of steps. Now just proceed to cut this out as well. And honestly, I mean it, it's not a difficult craft at all. Alright, looking cool. Looking cool. It fits nicely. Now I'm gonna trace this once I found the center, and then I'm gonna glue it down also again with tacky glue. Stick that down and let that dry for a little bit. And here is my main piece of the fountain, but of course you can use any miniature that you prefer. I also kit bashed the hand. This is Galmoraz that it's holding. Now I cut 2 squares out of 1/2 centimeter thick XPS or foam board, just works just as well. Just peel off the paper first. And one square is 7 centimeter by 7 centimeter, and the other is 8 centimeter by 8 centimeter, and we're gonna glue these together like so. And this will be the top to place down the statue. Now let it all dry. Now I cut 8 XPS 2 centimeter wide strips that are 1/2 centimeter thick, and these will form for the walls, but you can also use foam board. And I'm gonna cut 8 pillars out of paper drinking straws, which I will, with some small dowels, which I will glue inside. Now I cut mine at 4 centimeters, but I trimmed them down later on to 2.5 centimeters, so might as well go ahead and cut them not to 4 centimeters, but to 2.5 centimeters. Now keep the pointy end of the dowels for later because you will need them, alright? And make sure they are about 1 centimeter high. Now I glue these posts on each side of the corners of the octagon like so. Just use hot glue for this. And stick them down. Now we're gonna take the walls that we made, who are 2 centimeters high, and we're gonna mark this, and then we're gonna cut that out. And then we immediately are going to glue this into position, like so. Just use hot glue, and then proceed to lay brick after brick after brick on both sides, exactly as we did with the pedestal. But do remember to seal with hot glue on the inside. Alright, so be sure to do the bottom row with hot glue, because this will prevent the resin later on from leaking. And that is very important. Alright, here we go. And as you can see, I trimmed the post to 2.5 centimeters as I mentioned. And these wooden balls will decorate the top of my pillars. Also, I cut 2 centimeter by 2 centimeter squares to glue on top of these walls. And be sure to texture everything with a tinfoil ball. And that is especially if you haven't pre-textured the bricks and stuff. If you haven't done that, be sure to texture them with a tinfoil ball. You can do that while they're glued up against the piece. Alright, also do the top of the pedestal, like so. I'm gonna hot glue these things into position now. And we'll end up with something that looks like this, which is pretty cool. Now we're gonna glue on the balls. Nice. Starting to take shape. Really happy with the result, how it's looking so far. And again, very basic, very easy stuff. Now we're gonna glue on the stone slab on the pedestal like so. Make sure that everything is centered. And I'm gonna also hot glue the miniature, and I'm gonna decorate this with some extra skulls from the Citadel kit, which I still had laying about. But you can detail it with whatever you want, of course. But I kind of like the look of the skulls. I'm pretty happy with this so far. Now I was thinking of attaching this in the center, but I'm not going for that. But for now, we're gonna cover all the XPS and basically the entire piece, even the pieces that are painted, with Mod Podge and black paint. And I also primed the miniature with regular black paint. Now, for the next step, we can either use a brown spray paint or just regular craft glue paint. And I'm going to use very cheap brown craft paint. And for this, we're going to stipple everything, every piece with the brown paint. Doesn't have to be perfect good coverage, but you do need to tint it a little bit. But do not stipple on the statue, leave that pure black. Now dry brush and overbrush everything with a gray stone color, doesn't matter which one. But just make sure that some of the brown still shines through. So not for complete coverage here, guys. Alright. And this process goes rather quickly, so yeah. Pretty cool effect. And if you wanted to, I'm going to avoid the statue because I want to make it bronze, but you can make a stone statue if you prefer, it doesn't really matter. It's all up to you. And I decided to glue this in this position because I wanted the water to come out of the creature's mouth. Now again, I'm going to dry brush all these pieces with an off-white color. All the stone with an off-white color. And I'm going to hot glue the pedestal into position. And on my silicone mat, I drew a long bead of clear hot glue to form the water spout. Now, we are going to tint this color later on. Alright, so time to glue this into position. Glue the stream also into its mouth and then attach it at the bottom of the fountain. Like so. Just a small bead of hot glue will do because the resin will keep it into position in the water as well. And there we go. Very cool. I'm really happy with how this project is turning out. So, the only thing I'm nervous about is the resin. Now, time for the resin. Each resin is different. Mine is a 2:1 ratio, but yours could be different. So be sure to read the instructions before mixing and pouring. I measure my ratio and be sure to wear gloves to protect yourself, as the resin can irritate the skin, so open up a window as well and maybe even wear a respirator. Now here I'm just mixing my ratio and I put in a little drop of Lauren Forest to make my water very greenish, dirty. So a small drop will do, it will suffice. It looks dark now, but it will spread once the resin is poured. So here goes nothing, and as you can see, I protected my table underneath with a lot of cellophane wraps and paper tape, painter's tape. Alright, time for the resin pour, and here we go. So far so good. I can't see any leakage, so keeping my fingers crossed here, guys. But from what I sealed it properly, so it's looking great so far. Really happy with this. Now remember the spikes from the barbecue dowels? I'm going to paint them with the same gray, and in the meantime I stick them down with some tacky glue in here, as you can see. In the meantime the resin is also drying, so as you can see I added the spikes of the dowels. They fit into the holes of the balls, and I'm gonna paint the statue bronze, and I'm gonna use Balthazar gold for this as a base paint. Now it is very bright, but don't worry. Cool. Very nice. Very nice. Now I'm gonna go over this water with a watered down green, the same green I used for the fountain, and I'm gonna cover the entire statue with nailac oxide, and I give it 2 thin coats. Let the first coat dry and then give it another one. And I also stipple gloss Mod Podge to create the ripples in the water. And let's look at the finished piece in action, guys. There we go. I'm so happy and excited how this one turned out for a pretty easy craft. Actually, the resin is the only difficult part because everything is pretty straightforward, and it adds so much to my battle table. So be sure to like and subscribe if you want to see more content, alright? It really would help me out and I would appreciate it so much. Thank you in advance, guys. And alright, as you can see, the battlefield, because I'm actually also filming a battle. So thank you all for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.